Okay. So I guess we're sort of halfway in charge tonight. So how's everybody doing? Did we have a good weekend? Enjoyed, we didn't get the chance to go down to the Iowa event. We had a sick puppy, so Karen couldn't go anywhere, and I went out to South Dakota. And so how was it? Looked like you had great attendance. Everything looked like it went really well. Good. Okay.
I thought it was amazing to see just like it's always neat to see how God orchestrates people coming to an event. It's like people that didn't sign up showed up, and people that did sign up didn't show up. And it was just, and then the people that showed up that did sign up too. But it was just kind of neat to see. I feel like everybody was there for a purpose and a reason. And there's a lot of good stuff to witness.
Hmm. How did everybody feel about the presentation that the leader called today? People were talking about the roundtable effect and how that was. I thought everything seemed really good. Is there any new thoughts as far as the promotion, as far as what's going on with what's come up with the new incentive trip?
Quiet crowd.
Quiet crowd today.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this incentive because the way that it's set up makes it feel very attainable for anyone and not an easy shoe-in for those that are already well established. So I'm really excited that it feels like a very even playing field for how this incentive is set up.
Truth be told, like when I saw the setup of this, because like my brain takes a picture of it and I can remember all the details, I'm like scrolling through the numbers of every aspect because there's only three. I mean, there's three ways that you earn points on this trip. And I was thinking about all three of them. I'm like, this is perfectly set up for the smaller ranks in the company to earn these trips. And that is what I want. Like, truthfully, I I'm working for it. I don't see a way that it's possible for me to earn this trip. Like, I don't see a way. Now, God can do amazing, awesome, wonderful other things. But truthfully, if I earn this trip, it will be the hardest trip I've ever earned in the history of earning trips. And I've earned every single one of them. But when I saw it, my most favorite part, like I literally did a happy dance over the names of the people that I was like, Stephanie can earn this, Rochelle can earn this, Joanna can earn this, Lori can earn this. Like literally each name came to mind. And I'm like, they can do this. Like this is not unattainable. And that's like been my dream for so long. It makes me so happy.
And you helping us earn it is how you're going to earn it.
Yeah, and for the people who are new into the company too, those are the ones just learning what we learned today, or what you brought up, Jillian, as far as having to your older consultants have a more difficult time. It's got to be your newer consultants that do the work. So the newer people actually have a better chance. Somebody who's fresh in here has a better chance of doing it than somebody who's more established. Um, and I thought with Michelle's post she just had on her reel a little bit ago, which was talking about the separation season where people have, this is the time if you want it, it'll separate you from the rest of the crowd, is sort of, it's true. If you want to do it, you're going to have to go now, and this will pay dividends down the line, and a big leaping point. So if people can make this, have a better chance of making it to Thailand. So
I think one thing I would encourage you is encourage everyone is don't just immediately write it off, because so many times it these things are presented and they just seem so big or unattainable. And if you're willing to just really step in and make a plan for what that might look like for you, like how you can reach it, you can just really surprise yourself how much you could accomplish. Because I think most people that don't make it maybe never even started, or let themselves dream about the fact that I can maybe maybe do this. And you have to remember that even along the way, if you don't even attain it, what's I think is different with this one, unless some of you remember differently, but even this one, the work you do towards it, it's not like it's all or nothing. You don't have to go and work hard and then you either get the trip or you don't get the trip. They've even got rewards set up along the way that when you get so far, they maybe have a money reward, or you get a little further and there's another reward. So it feels really different to me. I feel the same way. Like for us, I would say, in those of us that have been in the company a little longer, maybe it's a little fire we need to say, let's look for that new person, that new life. And, it's not you forget about your team that you have as, existing, but look for that new spark that's going to really, get your personal team going. But also know that every step along the way, the work you're going to do, it has potential for reward.
And for us too, it's like, if this is going to, if we have any chance of making Thailand, this would be the stepping stone. This is the thing to get us on fire to do it. The big thing they were talking about, and as you guys are game planning your path to doing it, though, is that you have to do something this month. You can't get it all in the last month. You can't get it even probably in the last 2 months. You'd have to go pretty hard. So you have to do something this month, at least get going on it. But there's still half the month left.
That's a good point, Phil. To remember that if you did not get the 400 new SV last month, you must get 800 new SV this month in order to pre-qualify for the trip. If you don't hit that 800, then no matter, even if you rank advance to MC1, I mean, you won't be going. So unless they make a drastic exception, which I don't think there's a plan for that. So, that's something that I think taking away from this is, if you haven't sat down and gotten that piece of paper to map out what you need to do, and then I would say fill your calendar. I mean, I don't care if there's secret meetings and nobody shows, at least have a meeting on the calendar and be inviting to it. That is honestly the people that I see growing the fastest are the people that are booking meetings from meetings and continuing to do it over and over and over again in whatever way, shape, or form you can.
We would just hate for anybody to, at the end of September, have 120 points for the trip, but they didn't hit the 400 last month or the 800 this month. Like, that is not the goal. So set those goals, and we are here to help you get them. And the way to get them is meetings, talking to a lot of people.
So I wanted to circle back quick. I know that you guys started on this. Oh, my daughter's going to swim now. But I do want people to share who were at the in-person meetings. Share your biggest takeaway from that in-person meeting, and I'll be right back.
Good luck.
Should pick on Fonda right now because her mouth is full.
Rochelle was at an in-person meeting, not here in Iowa. You go first, Rochelle. You're unmuted.
Oh, you mean to watch the
Yeah, what was your
video?
your favorite part, your biggest takeaway from the virtual
Ooh.
event?
I loved the virtual event. I wrote down lots of stuff. I got to pick something out. I should have done this beforehand. Speed doesn't create chaos, but clarity. I loved that. Don't just build a team, build a community, which is another one I love. I enjoyed it wholeheartedly, but I think what was so fun for me is the people that I invited didn't come, but they have so much fun ahead of time because they try to do reels, and so we're all just goofing around doing these reels, and it's just fun. So it's always fun for me to connect. So I'm going to miss Tanya when she leaves.
She was texting me and sending me some of those videos. I loved them.
Yeah. It was good. It was very, very good. I thought I enjoyed listening to them talk around the table and do it that way. It was Yeah, it was inspiring. I always like Cunningham, always. He's very inspiring to me. Now I just have to do it.
We had a chance to talk with Brandon at Growth Summit, and the final day we got to sit down at a table with him, right as we did breakfast before we left. And probably one of the most real people who just lets you, he sat down and says, "Ask me anything," and so he gave us about 45 minutes of his time, and yeah, I mean nothing but great things to say about him. It's what's on the, and he's still doing the steps as a presidential of what you still have to do as a SC1, so he's still doing what he's still doing to do kind of thing. So yeah, I learned when you come to an event though, when you come in late, make sure you're ready to talk, because Michelle put me on the thing right in front of everybody, and I learned that you better have your stuff figured out beforehand, because you trip over your own tongue when you're doing things like that. So, but it was good.
I don't know if it was him that said this, but one of them said, "Would I say yes to me?" Ask yourself, would I say yes to me? That was pretty eye-opening for me. How'd she do?
Anybody else have any takeaways from the weekend?
Since you
I
were
have
trying
a-
to catch me with my mouth full, I liked the one thing that you can't manage what you don't measure. And I thought that was kind of just actually a kick in the shorts, because if you're not managing, you're not measuring, you're doggy
What?
paddling, staying in the same spot.
Deacon and Maria. Maria's at camp for a week. Deacon is coming home.
Sarah, you gotta mute yourself.
Thank you.
I'll jump in and go. I think so. This is my first event to go to. I'm pretty new. And the people were amazing. I guess I didn't really know what to expect. And I mean, I left there feeling so inspired, and I wasn't expecting that. So thank you to all of you that I met that day. I wish I had more time with you. It just makes me want to attend these types of things more often and these calls more often, because another takeaway was learning the different ways everybody is making this work. And so I'd love to just keep learning new ways and more ways to build upon what I've started. So that was really helpful.
I loved meeting you and talking to you.
No,
It was
I wish
so
we had
fun.
more time.
I
We will,
know.
though. We will.
We will, for sure. Jolene, I think you were going to say something too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time hearing. It's breaking up sometimes, but I really enjoyed Saturday all by myself in my living room. But I really enjoyed that panel with Kristen and Brandon and Courtney. And I wrote down a couple of questions that I'm asking myself. Am I someone that others want to join? And if someone else can do it, why can't I? But my favorite part of the day was the last panel with Julie and Dondi Nettles and Sandy McClure. And I really enjoyed the just the all the nuggets that they gave about talking to people about the products and the results that they may or may not see quickly and all of that, because I guess because I just enjoy the health and the education aspect of it. But if anybody can point me in the direction of this lifestyle coaching Facebook group that they mentioned, I'd really be interested in checking that out. If y'all know what they were talking about, I wrote those words down, and that's all I got. So if you know anything about that, I'd really be interested in checking out their stuff in that group.
Was that McClure's group that you're talking
I
about?
think so.
Julian?
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
yeah, it was her that was
We were
talking
told
about
that
it.
that was a private group that she doesn't let but her
Oh,
people in.
only her people in it? Okay.
It
Yeah.
would it would be the equivalent of like achieving wellness together and what we're using that group for. Only
Okay.
you know, she's very much a coach. And so she's like doing a lot of, you know, more coaching in that group. And so that's just
Okay.
one thing that I've wanted to do more of in our Achieving Wellness group is getting more people like that are experts in their area to just show up and coach people a little bit more and add that value. So I'm hoping to bring some more of that. But yeah,
Okay.
leveraging
That
any
would be
private
awesome.
group, right? Leveraging private groups like that where you can kind of step in and I'm telling you, the people that are getting people in groups and the people that are hosting meetings, I am just seeing them convert people from customers to, you know, just or from interested to customers more and more and more.
Okay.
Also, Jolynn, I just believe that eventually, maybe next year in January, you'll have your own little crew sitting and watching that virtual event with you. Like you're going to make it happen. I believe it. You're going to attract those people.
Thank you.
I'll share my takeaway unless somebody else wants to go. So something that I've realized lately, this kind of came from Dr. Rewire and this event, but the wording from, I don't remember who said it, but is the reward matching the activity? And I've kind of filtered that into a lot of different avenues. And that was kind of like a reality check to me. Am I doing, like, I know what's creating a reward for me, but what am I doing in my life that isn't, and that is taking away from that, the part that is creating a reward. And so that's what's really kind of opened my eyes in the last, not only from that event from Dr. Rewire, was, am I really focusing on my actual priorities, and am I feeding the time correctly to get the biggest reward? And so that was really powerful for me, to have a reality check in my life, because there has been something that has been taking up a ton of my time and the reward is not there. And so that was really powerful for me. And then, as everyone else has mentioned, am I somebody that, would I join my team? And so that is something that was, just a nice little reminder for myself.
I'd
One
like
of
to
my,
share. Oh, sorry, who was it?
go ahead.
My takeaway is a little different this time because Phil and I were both scheduled to go out to the Pose. We're less than 2 hours, so about 2 hours from them. So we were going out there, and our little puppy was sick, and we couldn't leave her. And so kind of a weird situation. But I sat here by myself and watched it, and Phil was there at an event. And so what I will tell you is when he came back, we sat down and we talked about the reality of what we all have in this team and then the bigger team of LifeVantage. And it's like something we've never experienced. We both have our own companies. We have different groups we've been part of, but the culture of the people, the quality of people that we're all connecting with every day, and we have to support us is really unusual. And so when you talk about events, whether it was the virtual event, which I thought was the best one that we've ever seen, or the chance to go to aiming grants and these different opportunities that people give us to come together, um, they're so invaluable. And when I look to was October when we go to Dallas, I mean, you've got to try to get there. These events, like to me, to be left out of it this time, and I watched it, but it's totally different. And I would just really challenge everybody to say that needs to be a non-negotiable and need to get there, because when you talk about all these things you're learning and the way we're going to grow our business, getting there and not only listening and feeling in person what people are saying, but to be with each other and our team alone it's just something that everybody needs to do. So that was my takeaway is as I really felt like I missed out a little bit. I was still watching and I thought it was good, but there is nothing like team and being together.
I was gonna piggyback mine off of Ashley. It was similar, but different wording that hit me. What is the friction that is slowing you down? Because sometimes it's not necessarily bad things. It just causes a little friction. And does that mean you need to accelerate more? Do you need to do something to add some lubrication so there's less friction there? Do you need to change courses? What is it? How do you remove the friction so that you're able to go? But the other thing that really hit me was, and it's something that actually is hitting me in a lot of areas of life, is living versus existing. You can live to be 100, or you can exist to be 100. And which one do you want? Do you want to just exist, or are you going to live?
And Joanna, I think there's something else about just physically being there in person too, that there's some other stuff that was really cool to see for you. And it was just so cool too to see you and Mark there again together this year. I mean, beautiful. I had tears multiple times just thinking about it. So
Yes, being there in person, there was an unlocking deep in my soul that happened that had nothing to do with like Vantage itself, but being there and the people that we have, there is some deep trauma in my past that is healing now because I was there.
that's just another thing I have to say is whenever we show up to a like I think that we have to continue to train our brains to think this isn't Life Vantage. I'm not doing Life Vantage. It's not all Life Vantage. That like, whoa, we get so stuck in that. And then it's like, oh, I just want to quit Life Vantage. It's so much bigger and deeper than that because it filters into every aspect of our life. And we never know when we show up, when we take that next action, when we make that next invite, when we make that next relationship, we never know what ripple effect God is going to do in our life or in other lives because we did it. And I've seen that over and over and over again in the 9 years that we've been doing this, like, and especially when guys, I'm going to be fully honest. It's been so hard at home for us lately. I thought about canceling 3 different times in my head. Like I thought about canceling, and you know me, I don't cancel events and I don't let you cancel them either. But I literally was like, no, like we could pivot. Like I could just hand it off and somebody else will do it. And I'm just gonna cancel it. Like it would cross my mind. And I know that every time that is happening, or every time I don't want to be somewhere, that I have to lean in and just pray about that because I know that God's gonna do great things through it, and it has nothing to do with me or Life Vantage. Like it's just so much greater. So just know like everybody has their mental battles, like everybody, and it's real. And sometimes sometimes I just get really good at like not letting that happen, right? But yeah. So anyway, I'll shut up now. We can wrap, hand it back to Phil and Karen.
Yeah, I mean, just one little snippet on that too is that, Sean was talking about the same thing as he sort of opened the meeting out there, talking about the thing you don't realize with network marketing is the personal growth that comes with it, that you're working on that kind of thing. So, and the time that's spent. And so Fawn and I got to spend roughly 4 or 5 hours in between that and are listening to the dentist that evening. And so we went through a lot of different things, and it's valuable time. So, but tonight we'd like to just say, hey, thanks for everybody sharing. A lot of deep things came out tonight, and on this hot night. And make sure and listen to the pose coming up next, and we'll go from there. Anything else? All right.
I think the only thing I'll say is, yeah, the pose, I think Sean's going to break down the way to earn the trip a little bit more detailed. So if you guys want to see that roadmap, get there.
And answer any little questions that were brought up that maybe weren't super clear in the initial thing too. So, all right.
Who did
Thanks everybody for
Dr.
coming.
I was just going to ask, who did Dr. Rewire on Wednesday? Does anyone want to share? Like, we have like 5 minutes. Does anyone want to share their takeaways from that? And it
Go
was
for it.
extended until July 18th. If you got a ticket and want to watch the replay.
We're already signed up to do the whole thing. So we're going
Yay.
we're going to Chicago this weekend or to Dallas in October. So yeah, it was good. I mean, it's amazing that you can sit there and listen to a Zoom from 10 until 6 with a 17-minute break, a 5-minute break, and a 2-minute break, and stay engaged the whole time. So yeah, it was phenomenal. And I'm a little jaded. Sometimes I listen to chiropractors, I'm a chiropractor, and I sort of go, okay, what are they going to come? What's their new take on the world, you know? And so I've seen some things that I'm not always excited about, but his work um, is very good. He's also honest in the fact he uses other people's work himself, and then he's got people like Gary Brecka behind him and others behind him too. So he's got a lot of validity. So it was my take and Karen's take, I think, I'm probably talking for both of us, was very good. Anybody else?
The story you tell yourself is the story you're living.
Success is not the achievement of goals, it's progress.
I forget what he called it at the end when we made the list. That really brought tears to my eyes. Well, he brought tears to my eyes off and on the whole day, but it just made me really stop and think. I'm stuck in corporate world and I need to really find my priorities again.
That was, yeah, Jamie and I talked about that. The core values was the huge part at the end. And that's, I don't want to say upset my life, but it has completely changed the trajectory of my life in just a couple of days. It was extremely powerful.
Were you talking about the belief inventory or the last page of questions?
The event that, or the exercise that he had where, yeah, you did all the questions and then you added up what are your priorities in your life, or what were your core values. And you guys, I'm here to tell you, y'all know I'm a sourdough baker and that's what I do, right? Do you realize baking or sourdough was never on my list? I never wrote it down once. And so that was really huge for me. I don't know, that was really powerful. If you didn't lean into that, I encourage you to lean into that.
I was really blown away by, we all like gave our numbers of like how many positives and how many negatives we had. And it was very even across the board. And I had so many more positives than I did negatives, which I was just like, oh, that is God. That is God and growth, because that is not normal. But I was very surprised in the, where is it? The belief inventory, when he said words and gave you 90 seconds to write down anything that came to your mind. I was shocked at what I wrote down. Like, I was shocked. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. So good thing I'm going to a leadership training in 2 weeks. Like, it was just blown away.
I thought that final page too, where he asked for the 10 questions, if you want to know why to do this business, that just came through like gangbusters. Like, you know, what's your why in the business of network marketing and LifeVantage? That was so easy to do, and so that was my takeaway on that.
Fonda, you said you went?
Is anybody else just so blown away and excited that he's taking our products too? Like, oh my gosh, yes, let's go. I hope he sticks with it. Hey, as we're wrapping up, I want to put one more plug in. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, Katie Smith is leading a webinar, a full overview, and she's going to have a guest, Angela West. That's where she's at right now as her house, doing an in-home meeting. And Angela is going to share her testimony. She's got a big testimony with no pain with arthritis. And then she's going to talk about the whole thing, but also highlight AM and PM. And you guys, you want to get literally like, I want you to sit down and intentionally spend time going through every customer. Like, hey, I know you've probably seen this before, but this is going to be really good. Can you see it? Every prospect, hey, this is a doctor of nutrition. She's going to be giving the overview. Like she's top-notch speaker. And anybody that's heard her speak, just know like you want to get people there tomorrow night. And hopefully, and pray to God, there's a replay.
Yes.
I would
She's-
just say that one of the things that was on my list continually was being a mom. And last night was a mom moment when my daughter was being followed by somebody for a long time and we called the trooper. You can read her story online. It'll make you cry. And if you ever wonder what you're supposed to do, don't listen to dispatch. That's going to be my go-to. They told her to pull over and wait on the exit ramp for the officer to get there. And then they hung up on her. So, yeah.
Well, they should be fired.
I called
I'm
back
sorry
in
that happened to
today.
you.
I called back in
Absolutely.
today and I rehashed it over and asked them why they ever thought it was a good idea to tell her to pull over. And we found this gentleman that was following her. We were able to find his records online after the cop pulled him over. He's known for assault. He is known for different things. And to know that she potentially, if she would have listened, would have been at his mercy, it's just really scary. So tell your children, make sure you tell your children what to do in situations like this, because I could be living a very bad nightmare right now.
Okay, there's our answer, I guess. So let's wrap up. Have a good night, everybody. Enjoy the pose, and one person, big difference. See you later.